helpless as well as dealing with the unknown. So I'm going to give you just a really small example so that we can continue to work on being mentally healthy. So just for example, vision that you go into a store and you ask an employee where something is because you haven't been in that store before. And that employee looks at you and says, I believe that it's in aisle 3. So you go to aisle 3, you don't find what you're looking for, but you see another employee. So you ask them, hey, this is what I'm looking for. And they say, oh, I believe that's in aisle 7. So you go over to aisle 7, and on the way over to aisle 7, you start to get a little frustrated. Like, these people should know. And you get to aisle 7, and again, it's not there. So you start to get a little frustrated. You see somebody else, you ask them. And they say, oh, I think that's in aisle 1. So now you got to go back to the opposite side of the store where you already were. And when you get there to aisle 1, you're looking around and it somewhat has things in the aisle that you were asking about, but not the specific thing. Now think about that. What we're getting frustrated is we're going to people who should know, that we believe who should know. The second thing is that then they're trying to help us, though they don't have all the information. So they're sending us to a different area of the store. So we start to feel helpless, which is then the unknown, which we fear, which then makes us irritated because we don't have all the information. So this is a small example of what you're dealing with right now during this pandemic. We are going to people to ask them for information. They send us to places to get information, though that information is not necessarily quality or good information. So we start to fear the unknown. We start to feel helpless in our situation. So I'm hoping that this little example helps, because one of the things that we're not necessarily recognizing is nobody that we're going to has ever dealt with anything like this. So when they're putting out information, they're putting out the best information that they have at the time. Now, some could say they're not, and that's personal opinion. I'm continuing to encourage you to focus on the positive and where you want to go from there. So if we want to become less stressed, less anxious, less depressed, we want to continue to focus on ourselves and realize we're not going to get information from other people right at this point. So we're going to cherish this moment and look at the information as I have the skills and the characteristics to get through this. So I'm hopefully helpful that we can look at things that way and just continue to focus on ourselves. So remember, when you feel special, you make others feel special. And we're going to continue to work on the things that are going to stress us in the days and weeks to come. You know, every day is going to be somewhat different and a challenge, but we're going to make it through. Thank you, and I will see you tomorrow.